So I'll just give a little background as to why the Department of Fish and Wildlife is involved in cannabis cultivation. I think a lot of people are curious just about that. We've had a role in cannabis cultivation beginning with enforcement back before cannabis was legalized. When cannabis cultivation became legalized, we started having a role with permitting for commercial cultivation. So one of the requirements of getting a license from the state through the Department of Food and Agriculture is that a cultivator needs to have something from the Department of Fish and Wildlife, whether that's a lake and stream bed alteration agreement or verification that they don't need one. So basically, everybody in California who wants to be a licensed commercial cultivator has to come to the department in some capacity and coordinate with us. So that's sort of our new role in cannabis cultivation, and that's my area that I work in with the department is in permitting. But we also have people who are doing research on the impacts of cannabis cultivation, both terrestrial and aquatic impacts. We have a monitoring program for both of those. We also have a new grants program that is focusing on providing grants for restoration work from from cannabis farms, mostly focusing on illegal farms and restoring the impacts from those farms. But they are also going to be providing grants for environmental improvements as well. And then we also do a lot of education and outreach about all of those topics, so about law enforcement, about permitting, about the research that we're doing and the impacts of cultivation on the environment. We do have a website that's devoted to trying to communicate with cultivators specifically. We've got our Growers Corner that we have highlighting cultivators who are already kind of going above and beyond what's required of them by the state of California, by all of the different regulatory agencies. So we really like highlighting people who are trying to make improvements to the land, to restore habitat, to provide habitat, to create habitat for wildlife. And we are also really focusing on best management practices like Patty provided, but mostly focusing on how those can be put in place for wildlife specifically.